from that break, and we have been joined in the studio by our first guest, legendary musician, gospel musician precisely, and songwriter Moses. Okay, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Helen.
It's good to have you back on here again.
Yes, it's a pleasure. It's a
Right.
pleasure.
And it's also interesting to know that, no more breaks, so we are back for good.
Oh yes, oh yes. The other time when I came, I promised you that.
Yeah.
And I think I've been able to keep up to my words.
Yeah, there's a back-to-back. That's good.
Okay. So, you are back on the scene, and how will you say so far? How has the industry accepted you back?
In fact, I'm so grateful to God for what He's been doing. Coming back, I was not expecting it this way. But I'm grateful to God because you could see that people really love Moses OK, and they love my song. So coming back, many people are excited, and the acceptance is very huge. And I do appreciate God for going with me and presenting me back to the people once again.
Times have changed. So sometimes when someone goes on a break like that and they are back, sometimes it's difficult to adjust back to the market. But how have you been able to?
It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Like when I released the first single I released in February, by the grace of God, the streams were good. Considering those times that we used to release often, and this time it was not bad. And the new one that we came out with, by the grace of God, that one is also doing well, and I think it's not bad so far.
Okay.
But you've been doing this for a very long time, and you see, after so many years of doing gospel music, what will you say has really been the best part of it? Sometimes we like to know what the challenges have been really, but the best part of it, going for a break, coming back, what has been the best part of practicing gospel music?
You know, one beautiful thing that I always thank God for is how the Lord uses our songs to minister to people. You know, people will call you and share their testimonies of using your song to pray and God answering their prayers. And you see people who haven't given their life to the Lord and they heard your song, and by the grace of God, the Lord touched them with the song. So when you hear testimonies like that, it has a way of, inspiring you, energizing you, making you feel good of how He's been using you to impact many lives. Because people may be calling you from all over and telling you that your song has done this for me, your song has blessed my life. I used it just recently. A brother called me from the United States, and he was telling me that when the recent one that came, the single I released in February, and he was telling me of how God used that song to inspire him to pray, and out of that he's been able to travel to the United States, and he's been favored to be accepted by an American, and the American man decided to take him as his own child, and he wants to sponsor him. He wants to, and when you hear testimonies like that, you become so excited that God is using you in that sense to bless the lives of His people.
Okay. I was excited when you mentioned stream. Because it came to me that you had learned there's a way that your team is taking you through, the modern times of doing things. So going through the streams, all the social media platforms, the TikToks, and all of those things, and not forgetting how some people also think that aside the traditional stuff, as a gospel musician, you've got to use the church and all of those spaces. Just let us understand how your team is taking you through all of that, or you're doing that by yourself.
Oh no! You can't do it. You can't do it by yourself. Oh, by the grace of God, I've been blessed with people who are into that.
Okay.
So they take care of that aspect for me. When it comes to the streams, online stores, they are the people that go about it, like they handle it. When it comes to negotiation concerning the programs, I have management that talks about those things.
Yeah.
and I have a team when it comes to rehearsals. They
Okay,
also
so
take
that's
care
like
of.
a full team we have.
Oh yes.
As
yeah.
compared to back
Oh no
in
no
the
no!
day.
Those times, they will call you immediately. They call you. You just tell them, okay, we'll come. And sometimes they will ask you to send the songs to them, so that they will rehearse it. You go and watch the original CD, like what is on the original CD. That's what they are going to play for you. But this time around, when we are going for like programs, we will inculcate new ideas and new concept, and it makes it beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
So
it
we,
is.
we still get the good old Moses OK blended with the modern
Yes,
with the modern
yes,
times.
yes,
That's
yes,
that's
yes,
exciting.
yes.
That's exciting to hear.
I mentioned that your songs were not on Apple Music. And whilst you were talking to Helen, I decided to go and check, and it was uploaded this year.
Yes, yes, yes.
All your songs. So kudos to your team.
Yeah.
It's
I think
very commendable.
3 days ago, as is seen on YouTube, some of your old
Oh,
videos
yes.
are being put on
3
your
days ago,
YouTube.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Your
yes,
YouTube
yes,
now.
yes,
You're doing
yes.
well.
Yes, we just realized that we haven't been able to put some of the videos we had on YouTube. So
Okay.
we gathered all of them, and we placed it there just for people to have feel of it. In fact, at a point I didn't want to do it because per my standard, I'd wanted to come out with better videos,
Better
but
videos, okay.
since that one was old. But I believe people still love it, and they want
Exactly.
to have feel of how the old videos look like. So we just put it there to impact lives.
Fantastic.
Definitely. I mean, your songs from back in the day till even now is still very relevant. And we'd like to know how, you were able to come up with those songs. What was the inspiration? And is that the same inspiration you have at the moment?
Okay. When it comes to my compositions, I always consider the impact that the song can have. Like if it is a worship song, you have to have a good concept of worship before you write the songs for worship. If it's about prayer, you have to have a strong message that can lead people to pray. If it's a salvational message, you have to have the scriptures that can support the salvational message that you want to bring out with. And also, I always pray that any song that I bring out should touch the heart of the people. It should draw them to the Lord. That has been my prayer all the time. Like if I'm coming out with any song, it doesn't matter the message and the genre. I pray that song should have hold on the people, draw them closer to God. So that has been my drive all the time. I pray that the songs will bring people back to God. So that's my inspiration.
Okay.
I mean, when it comes to gospel, you, as Helen introduced you, like you're a legend when it comes to the gospel industry. Have you had requests from these up and coming gospel artists wanting you to mentor them or train them?
Yes, sometimes they call, and I think that few of them have been around, and we are still talking to them, we are still coaching them, but none of them is able to come out yet. But I believe God is working on some. Some have tried, but it did not go as they were expected. But we are still helping some.
What do you think are some of the expectations?
Yeah, expectations.
Yes.
That one I can't speak for them, but I strongly believe that most young guys want to be seen in the limelight. They want to be popular. They want to be known. They want to show up for people to see them. But I believe that the preparation is more important than the showing up. Because when you show up and you don't have the capacity to sustain yourself, your showing up will not be of that good for you. So I prefer you staying behind the scenes, preparing yourself, upgrading yourself, building your spiritual life well. And when you are coming out, you come out with a full force and you come and you stay.
Okay.
And most of the time, some of them may not be financially strong. So their financial background may not be strong. So when they try to come out, and in the music
Yeah,
ministry
sure.
it's highly,
It's money.
yes,
Yeah.
it's very, very demanding. So they may not have money to promote their songs. So after they've released it for a short time,
And
you will not hear of them again.
That's it. If you had to make a remix of any of your songs from back in the day and choose an artist to be on the remix, who would it be?
Remix. Okay, I haven't thought of that one yet.
Okay.
But I love certain, like some of the guys. Someone like Joe Metal. Someone like Dinah Hamilton. And recently PSA is also doing well. Yes, and this guy. What is his name?
Perez,
Not
or-
Perez. Not Perez. Not Emoji.
Okay.
But there's another guy.
Is
know-
it
you know the song?
CC?
Know the song?
Pastor Isaiah.
Pastor Isaiah.
Okay,
Full
Pastor
Party.
okay,
Isaiah.
okay.
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 Yes, he's such a wonderful man.
Oh, okay.
He carries the grace.
That's nice. Pastor Isaiah, he recently held his Diary of a Worshipper
Yeah.
concert. That was like last week or last 2 weeks. And he's amazing. He's
Definitely.
amazing. Okay.
I mean,
they
let's
should have
talking
a-
about
right.
remix. Baby na why mommy. Oh, that's not your song.
That's not my song.
No,
but
Senya Mitebi.
yes,
that's
Senyam
the-
Tibi
right.
and Yameto.
Yes. I think that one will be a good one. But I'm looking for the one to
The person
do,
who-
yeah, to
the
do
person
that
who did
remix with.
Oh.
Okay, I have Intime Pamini.
Intimate.
Intime Pamini na
Ah,
why?
vibes, yes.
I
That's
have-
the one I wanted to
I
say.
have
Yeah.
Adumura, Onimiedi.
Dino, yeah.
And I have Menina Nanchi, Infie Kakreni.
Good songs.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oni Mishamoda.
Mama, I'm thinking how we can spice it.
Okay.
Who can?
Or you be featured, hey? That's
But
Won't be
I
bad,
mean, it's
right.
just nice to have
Yeah.
that. The last time you were here, you were talking about Asida. That was Asida.
or any main
Any
call,
main
right?
call.
Anime
Oh,
call,
okay,
yeah,
yes,
right,
anime,
yeah.
anime call, yeah,
Yeah.
true. So what's
Right.
what's the latest?
The latest is Assisa.
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 Oh, Assisa rather. Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Assisa.
Assisa.
And how is it
then
going
Assisa.
so far, right?
How many sounds you could see. You can go and check on YouTube those times when we started. When you see my face and you see my face today, you could know that Assisa.
Maybe
Oh,
Assisa.
yeah, sure.
Oh, Assisa.
You still look young, oh.
Right.
It's just by His grace. It's the grace of God. Assisa. Most of the time people forget of where they are coming from.
Yeah.
How they started, how things used to be, especially when the Lord shows you much mercy and much grace. People normally forget when things are going on well. So I just want to take people back and remind them that if they've gotten to a place, if things have changed in their lives, they shouldn't have to forget that it has been the Lord's mercies, it has been the Lord's grace for them to be able to get to where they are. So Assisa, it's just taking us back to remind us that God has been good to us and we shouldn't have to forget it. If it hadn't been the Lord who helped some of us, we wouldn't have been sitting here. But He's been so good to us and He has changed the story. He has changed how things used to be, and He has made all things beautiful in our time. So Assisa, we just want you to be thankful to God, be appreciative, tell Him that He has been the one that brought you where you are now.
Definitely. It's also necessary to know that we don't have to forget where God picked us from. So
Very important.
this one is going along with tell us
Very
about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Cause,
right.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just going through YouTube right now.
Yeah.
That's what anime 180,000 views. Okay,
Right.
that's
It's
okay.
doing really well now.
And Asesa in just a month has 125,000 views on
Yeah,
YouTube,
definitely.
and that's very huge. But kudos to your team, though. Charlie. The
They're
video
doing
is
really great.
dope.
Thank you.
The video is really
Thank
good, and
Yeah.
the drip in the video,
Make
the
me
white
tell you
shirt
this
with the
thing.
suits. So
Yeah.
you see the video on your screen very soon.
Right.
So producer, please play the videos where people will
Right.
be seeing what's
What
what's
exactly
in
we
the
are talking
Bible.
about.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
what was the concept? Who actually brought that concept for the
Okay,
video?
we spoke to the director and he came up with an idea, but
Okay.
I think the idea he came was good,
Yeah.
and we decided to follow what he brought up. Yes.
We are
So
hoping
it
this.
was it was Mark Willie who shoot.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hopefully, it should win Video of the Year in the VGMAs because this is
Yeah.
really, really dope. Creativity at its best. So it shouldn't end there. We
What just
hope
goes
it's
wrong,
right.
It's gone are the days where Uncle and the others will shoot a video by the
But you
by
know,
the beach.
right, and by the flowers and all that. Times
you
have
guys-
changed.
Why are you trying to speak against our time? Because that was the standard at
At
that
the time,
Yes.
well,
and I think it was not bad.
this is
You guys
beautiful.
enjoyed that one. That one,
well-
that one was so spiritual because even the waves and the sound of the waves
That's
has a
even
way of
carrying-
impacting you.
True,
Well,
true. It's dope. It's
time
dope.
has changed, and it's good to note, So, really, what's the way forward? I mean, you have a beautiful video, beautiful song that is definitely impacting lives already. What's the way forward?
Yes, we are trusting the Lord that He will continue to help us, and we are also mobilizing ourselves well, so that we'll be able to sustain the ministry. When it comes to the music ministry, the spiritual aspect, the gospel, the spiritual aspect is important.
Yeah.
But also, you need to be financially sound to
True.
be able to keep up with the requirements.
Even this video, definitely you need to be financially
Oh,
sound
yeah.
to be
Yeah,
able
you
to
need
do
to have money
a
to
video
upload.
like
Oh,
this,
yeah.
Oh,
right?
yes, oh, yes,
Yeah.
oh, yes. Oh,
And
yes.
even, of course, when you put in the money in that sense, you shoot a video like this, then the YouTube monies will come in and the streaming. That's why all of this are very important because
Definitely.
Anchor, the way he has started with Full Vim, it has
You
to
know,
continue.
Yes,
It's
yes,
Continue like that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I want to say this: if the Christian community will help the gospel musicians, because I believe that for the gospel music, we don't really take much money as the secular musicians. When
Yeah.
we came here, we're talking about some monies that some people
Right,
can take for a show.
Yeah.
I don't think even a half quarter of it. I don't think any gospel musician has been able to take that much. So I believe that the church and people who are blessed financially, especially those that our songs has been a blessing to, those that our songs have impacted your lives, you have to come and support the musicians because we still have other gospel musicians there who are not dead. They are still young. They are still composing songs, but they don't have support. So because they don't have money, they are not able to come out. So if we can support the ministry, I believe it's going to be a blessing for the body of Christ.
That's important.
Yeah.
So
very,
we are
right.
wrapping up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And talking about the last thing that you said about support,
Yeah.
you know Pascal Amanfo,
Yeah.
the movie director, now man of God, pastor, posted something that the irony, Christian leaders will be like, we need more Christian films and songs to reach out to the world. And then when the Christian minister, the gospel minister says, I have a project, so church help me, the church will go and do several meetings with sector heads and all of those
Right.
heads. At the end of the day, say we are still praying to God. God has
you know,
God
but
hasn't told us to support yet.
Ah,
it
that's
is
not
very,
good.
very important. And,
Right.
and that's very true.
Yeah.
So that you say,
So
find the
support,
young
you are
people-
waiting for God to tell you first.
there are
Like,
certain
for
things that
real.
God will do, and there are other things that the man
Yeah.
should do. You cannot wait for God to do what the man is supposed to do. So definitely, we should know our place and do the right thing. But
You
Uh,
see, even
right.
Paul said that those that shares the word of God with you, you must share all good things
True.
with them. All good things. So as our songs are being a blessing, I believe that if God has blessed you and if you have, I believe one of the areas that we can also invest so that we'll be able to extend the message to the world is you investing in the music ministry. So I think our brother, he has a good point.
Definitely. It's been awesome having you this afternoon, legendary Moses. Okay.
Thank you for
for coming.
team.
Thank you very much. It's
so,
always amazing.
Ellen and
Yes.
Harriet.
and
Desmond.
Let's see.
Desmond.
Nanaya couldn't make it today.
yes, okay.
Yeah.
My first time of meeting Desmond.
Okay, the last time. That's when you weren't here. You weren't
Where
here.
you
This
around?
was here.
I think I was
oh.
on it. I don't remember, but I'm sure I was here.
Right. Anyway.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
thank
All right.
you for having
Yeah.
me.
And
You're
God
always
bless you.
welcome.
God bless you so
Bless you
much.
too.
Amen.
Bless you too.
Anytime I call on you guys, you
Yes.
always receive me, and I do
Sure.
appreciate it. And God bless you.
Amen. Bless you too.
All right. Thank you very much. It's
You're welcome.
always a pleasure to have you here on the table of.